he said he was going to take me to Dubai and all of that and all of that. So the whole time during the trip, you guys, I could not even enjoy myself because we'll go to the desert. Let's say we're going to the desert. Instead of me to enjoy the sand in my feet, and I'll just be positioning myself for proposal. Every small thing, I'll just like, is it time? Is it? If we go and eat, like we go for dinner, I'll just be doing my hand like as if I'll even, there's a way that you would not even eat the food properly because I thought it has to be today. This is my moment. This is my time. Do you know that this man forgot the ring in Lagos? Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I've always wanted to say welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm new here, and since you don't know anything about me, I don't know anything about you, I just like to introduce myself and we'll get to know each other. I'll start with the most obvious thing. My name is Mfona Basi, just Mfona Basi. I don't have a middle name. I've never had a middle name. I've only had one name. My dad's first name is my middle name. In Akwa Ibom, that's what they do. They give you your father's first name as your middle name. So back in the days, my name used to be Mfona Basi Imo Etuk, but now it's just Mfona Basi Omagbemi. That's my husband's name. Some of the nicknames I go by are Mfon, Mfon, Funny, Sweet Sis. Just like a few off the top of my head, like Funny Shon Shon. My mom used to call me Funny Shon Shon. Off the top of my head, those are the things I remember. I'm a mom of two beautiful children. I have two children, Aye and Annie. I've been momming for the past 3 years, and it's honestly the best thing that's happened to me. I absolutely love being Aye and Annie's mom. I feel like my life is suddenly very complete since I became their mom. If you see me looking down, obviously I am going through the random facts. I wrote them down on my phone and I'm just going through them. What have I not done in this life? I've done so many jobs in this life. First, I worked in a fashion house. That was when I just finished school. I was the personal assistant to the head designer. Then I worked with one other man that I wasn't sure what the guy was doing. I was meant to be his personal assistant as well, but I never did see a client come in. I never did see anything happen. And I worked there about a month, and then I went for NYC, and then I was a teacher. I used to teach maths and chemistry in Cross River State, Ecom to be precise, and it was honestly the best adventure, honestly, because I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I worked there for a whole year, and my students loved me. And after that, I worked in a finance company. Then I worked in a bank, you guys. That's the worst job I've ever had. And if you want to know about my experience in the bank, just let me know. I'm very happy to share because it was the worst experience of my life. See, let me give you one advice. If you're a hard worker and you do usually like to work, do not ever let them know, especially if it's a bank, that you're a hard worker, because my good sis, my good bro, you will never see a sunny day in your life. After they realize that you're a hard worker, every single thing that I'm meant to do, dump it on your table because they know that you like work. And it was just a very horrible experience when I worked there, and never again. After the bank, I did work in, what did I do? I worked in a foundation. I was the liaison officer between the students and the university and the foundation as well. So I worked there for a while. Then I worked in another company, a finance company or an investment company. If you want to do tea on that company, just let me know. I've done a lot. I've done quite a number of things in this life. Just let me know. I am currently a sugar wife / trust fund wife / YouTuber / TikToker, and honestly just having the time of my life. Just after I left the finance company I worked with, I had an existential crisis. I didn't know what I was going to be or what I was going to do. I was struggling so hard to accept the fact that I didn't have anything. I applied to some places and I was just like, is this all I'm going to do? Am I just going to be a mommy? Am I just going to be a wife? Am I just going to be living life? But then I've come to accept that I'm doing, and I'm happy in this stage. Doesn't mean I wouldn't have other things I'm going to do later in life, but at this stage, this is what I'm doing. Forgot to add that I'm presently a student. I'm doing an MSc in data analytics at the University of Portsmouth. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking online classes, and I do have periods where I'm very busy. Right now I'm not doing anything, so that's why I have all the time to generate. So that's what I'm doing presently. So let's go through it. What I'm doing currently, who I am now. I am a TikToker, I am a YouTuber, I am a student, I am a wife, I am a mother. I also do run, it's called Fun Thrift. I sell fairly used things, pre-loved items, like stuff that I have worn once or twice. I sell them off, and stuff that other people have worn once or twice, they send them to me and I put them on my page and I sell them off. It's called Fun Thrift. If you ever want to sell anything that you've had, if you buy something it's not your size, no, we don't have a return policy, so we obviously we're not fortunate enough to return stuff. So let's get into the random facts about me. So I'll start with number one, and this is in no particular order. I'm just telling you stuff I remember, random things about me that I've written down and I'm just willing to share. So the first fact is, I don't take myself seriously. I'm constantly joking. Everything is banter to me, everything is a joke, and because I live my life that way, I hardly get offended. Like, I mean, I see the joke in everything, and if I ever say anything that may come across as being offensive or trying to make fun of people, that is not my intention. And it's important that you guys know now, so that you know that I don't mean anything by it. And if it's ever offensive to anybody, just let me know. I'm big on apologizing, and I'll apologize and take whatever comment down or whatever. Just know I'm generally joking. Nothing is a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's always a joke to me. That's number one. Number two, I have 4 siblings and I'm the 4th out of 5 children. And when I was a child, I used to think like I thought like I didn't have a place. Like, I felt like everybody had a place in the house. The firstborn, first girl, last born, last boy, first boy, whatever. And my sister and I, my immediate elder sister and I, Didi, we used to hustle the fact that we used to struggle amongst both of us, that I'm the one that has it worse in like the both of us. And she claims that she was a typical middle child and nobody paid her any attention, which she actually is a middle child, but I feel like I had middle child syndrome more than she did, because she was very well liked, and she was a sweet babe, and I was a mischievous and wicked. See, a tied young, do you know what a tied young is? If ask any of your Igbo friends to tell you, I was a wicked, you know, those children that were up to no good. I was a very wicked and mischievous child, and because of that, like, nobody sent me, so I was just always up to all sorts. And so I'm the 4th out of 5 children. I remember that my sister Akan told me that anytime she used to come back from school, then she was in uni like that, she would come home and she would just see a very wicked, a very naughty child just running up and down, up to no good. And she just used to look at me. She said that one time she came back from school one time and I was about 2, and then she grabbed me because like I was obviously being silly, and she was like, "Why are you so silly?" And you guys know that at 2, I repeated after her, "Why are you so naughty?" No, she said, "Why are you so naughty?" And then I repeated after, "Why are you so naughty too?" And yeah, do you know, I didn't believe that gist, because I was like, why is a 2-year-old? A 2-year-old cannot talk, you're lying. Until my daughter has come now and she's 1 and she's repeating after me and she's being very naughty like I was, and I'm like, she's the true child of her mother. She's the truth. She's exactly the way they said I was when I was young, and she has started showing me who she really is, and I love it. I'm here for it, because you know that when you see your type, you know how to handle your type, because there's nothing you're telling me that I've not seen, I've not done. Yeah, that's how it is. Number 2 or number 3, see, there are no numbers, I'm just gonna say I am from Akwa Ibom State. You know how people argue and have this, oh, I'm not Akwa Ibom, I'm from Cross River, I'm not Calabar, I'm this. I'm from the 2 of them. My dad is from Akwa Ibom State, my mom is from Cross River State. So I am a true South babe. So Akwa Ibom and Cross River, so Ibibio and Efik, however you want to spin it. I'm very much an Akwa Ibom babe, I'm very much a Calabar babe, and I am now married to an Ishikiri man. So South, like, see, I have South blood flowing through me, however you want to say it. That's that for that. Like I said, I have no other name apart from Umfana Basi. I once tried to give myself the name Agrippina, but the name never stuck. People call me all versions of Agrippina. I read about Agrippina then, and I just really liked her. She was a wicked babe. I can't remember the exact story I read about her. She was a goddess or whatever. She was wicked, and I was very much in my wicked girl era that year. So I was like, this babe, she's speaking to my soul. I love her. So I told everybody to start calling me Agrippina in the house. Everybody, the house selves were calling me Agrippina. there was no version of that name I did not hear until one day I had it. My uncle called me agriculture, and I was like, you know what? Nobody should call me that name again. Stick to Mfanabasi. Go back to my actual name, Mfon, and that was that for that. I suffer from a condition called alopecia. Alopecia is abnormal loss of hair, and mine is stress induced. I remember the first time they discovered a patch of hair missing from my scalp was when I was about 6, and everybody thought that because I was a naughty child I had shaved my head, and I was flogged for that as a child, and it was a whole thing, everybody going, why did you cut your hair? And then I kept on just trying to say, I did not cut my hair, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't even know what's going on, but I didn't cut my hair. And then so I got flogged, obviously nobody looked, they just thought, oh, it will grow back, until months after or weeks after they started seeing other patches like of missing hair here and there, and they now realized that this is very serious, and they now started looking for solutions. See, there's no solution that these people didn't come up with. My auntie I can't remember where she came from, she came and she said that if you use crayfish, the head of crayfish, to puncture my scalp, it would open up roots and hair would spring out. There's nothing I didn't. They used, I was crying, there's nothing they didn't do for me. They gave me, one person came and said, Emily Millionaire, one cream will help to save your hair. I used it, nothing happened. I used so many things until I went to see a dermatologist. I got inoculated, I got steroids and all of that, and then my hair started to grow. After a while, it took a very long time. I remember that it used to be on my prayer card as a child. We'll go for Palm must change hands, we'll go for deliverance, we'll go crossover service. It used to be on my prayer card that I used to say, tell God that this year I want my hair to grow, or right now I want my hair to grow. And because I did not have a firm understanding of God, my faith was very weak. I just used to go to church and follow people. I used to think that it would be immediate. Like I used to think like I'll be in church and the hair would just start coming out, and then, but it never did happen. And my faith wavered then, because I was just like, is it real? Is it not real? But then now that I'm older and I have a stronger bond with God, and I know what He's about, and I understand that that's not how things work. And yeah, so the fact that I had alopecia messed with my self-esteem as a child a bit, because I've always felt like I'm a bad bitch, right? But then it did mess with my self-esteem, because the first and the most obvious patch I ever had was at the back of my head, and it was really large. So I used to think that everybody was looking at me when they probably weren't, and it kind of affected me, and I had to slowly rebuild my confidence after a while, because I'm like, this thing is here to stay. I do still have a bit of it, and it falls out more when I'm stressed, but for the most part is not. I don't know if you can see, but then I have, yeah, but then I'm used to that. I just always just do styles to cover it up and all. Another fact is I'm scared of animals, all kinds of animals. I don't have a pet, never had a pet. So tell me why I woke up one morning last month and I told my husband, we need to get the children pets, and I made him get parrots for the children. And do you know that between you and I, since those parrots came into the house, to even interact with them, or to even, I have no business. I just mind my business. I do my own thing, they do their own thing, and everybody is happy, because I'm like, what am I looking for? Like, what's my business? I'm no, yeah. Another random fact is very shocking. I'm very, very shy. Like, forget all this one that I'm talking. I'm very, very shy. It takes a lot for me to open up and enjoy myself and start talking and all, but for the most part I'm very, very shy. But then I like to think I'm a funny babe. So after I overcome the initial shock of being shy and all, I tend to loosen up and get into it and enjoy myself. And yeah, I don't play any sport, I do not play any instrument. I once tried to play football in GS1 and I sucked so badly, and I cost my class a goal, and the boys laughed at me, and I was like, you know what, I'm not doing this again. Another time in SS2 I tried to run and I came last, and because I was so embarrassed, I just stayed on the floor and acted like I had fainted. So they had to come and revive me, and it was a whole commotion. Get her water, bring the this thing, bring the glucose, bring the this. I was just there like, oh, nothing do me. I'm not just gonna stand up from here, because what is this shame? Like, how did I manage to come last? Anyways, that was the end of my career as an athlete, because I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Yeah, I lived in Houston for a while. When my mom was ill, she had to go for chemo, and we had to go with her. And yeah, she was doing chemo. We came back for summer. She came back with us. She died in Nigeria, and we just never went back. I just resumed school. I resumed a new school in Nigeria, and yeah, that was it. I met my husband when I was 14 and he was 15. We met in church. Yeah, it was one of those forbidden loves. Like, nothing, it was not forbidden at all. If you want to see a video of how we met, let me know. But yeah, my husband was Yeah, if you want to see a video of how we met, just let me know. We met in church when I was 14. If you want to know the actual love story, just let me know. I'm happy to share. Yeah. Another fact is that I have the weakest stomach. I have the weakest stomach. You and I can sit down and eat the same thing, but somehow end up in the toilet. See, there's nobody that has abused Imodium and Flagyl as much as I have. Sorry, as much as I and my younger brother have. We are always in the toilet, you guys. There's no place we've not used toilets. If it's on the plane, at the airport, in the church, at the mosque, on the road, in the market, there's no place we've not used toilet, because my stomach is always, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I was able to snap back as fast as I did when I gave birth, because I'm always in the toilet. I'm always going to the toilet. And yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed breastfeeding. Breastfeeding was very therapeutic to me. It was one of the things that saved me or helped me while I was going through postpartum, whatever. You know, that bond that you read about in novels or you read about online, that you feel the bond between mother and child. I did feel that, and it was my saving grace, right? So I breastfed my son for 12 months, breastfed my daughter for 14 months and 2 weeks, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. Another random fact is, it might not be so random, and it's important you listen closely, because I do usually drink. I do usually enjoy a glass of wine. Actually, not a glass of wine. Let me not deceive you people. I do usually enjoy liquor. I do usually enjoy hot drinks. I do usually like alcohol. Like, I feel like, yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say it's like, yeah, I like a good, I like to drink. Yeah. Another fact is I'm an awkward babe. Like, you guys, let me tell you one thing that happened to me. One time I went to go and pick my son from school. Then it was just him going to school. And you people know that I use my car to run into the dustbin, the big dustbin in front of your school. You people, I could not show my face. Like, everybody were not shouting, because obviously it's a school for young children. Everybody was worried about the children. So they were shouting, "Who is that? What's going on there?" Like, people were coming. The gatesman was like, what? They thought it was maybe one of the drivers. "Who is that? Why would you drive roughly?" They now just saw me like, "Oh, yes, mommy, good morning." I was like, "Good morning, guys." Do you guys know that for like 3 weeks I couldn't, like, the next morning when I wanted to drop, if not that he was still a tiny child, he would have walked from the junction. I would have dropped him from the junction and he would have walked in, because I was like, what is this shame? What? Anyways, yeah, I'm just awkward. I do things like that always happening to me, like random things like that always happening to me. Yeah. Another one is that I get severe anxiety, and I think this started after I gave birth to my child. I know it started after I gave birth to my son, and I just have never been the same. And if you have any solution for me, or if you know anything I can do to get rid of my severe anxiety, let me know. I'm open to speaking to a therapist and all, and it affects me a lot most times, right? And I've had to pray about it. But if you know any other things that I can do, please let me know. Another fact is, I do not like mean people. I do not like mean girls. I do not like mean guys. I don't like those uppity cliques. I hate mean people. And you know, I think it's because I grew up wicked. I grew up as a very mean child. So I feel like the Holy Spirit has worked on my heart and my soul, and I'm averse to anybody that is just wicked. Like, if you want to come and drop negative comments, I'll delete the comments, because I'm here to spread love. I'm here to spread light. I'm here to spread joy, happiness. I feel like that's my assignment as a Christian, as a child of God, is to spread love, spread light, spread love. Like, love is so important. Like, everywhere I go, I want to be known as that happy, the girl that brings love, that I'm a beam of sunlight, a ray of everything, a ray of sunshine. I just want to be happy. I just want you to see happiness radiates through me, and I want everybody to see that. And that's my aim, that's my goal in life, like, to just spread love and spread joy. So I really, really don't like when people are mean. I just don't like it. Another fact is, I'm a huge prognoser. See, you guys, me and Amebo were like this. Do you know that I knew that my husband was going to propose because I had gone through my younger brother's one? I wasn't looking for anything in particular. You know that thing you do where you are just going through things that do not concern you. So I saw a conversation where he was saying, oh, he's going to take me to Dubai. He's going to propose to me. If you want to see a proposal video, or if you want to know how he proposed, let me know. But then I'll just give you a he said he was going to take me to Dubai and all of that. So the whole time during the trip, you guys, I could not even enjoy myself, because we will go to the desert. Let's say we're going to the desert. Instead of me to enjoy the sand in my feet, and I'll just be positioning myself for proposal. Any small thing, I'll just like, is it time? Is it? If we go and eat, like we go for dinner, I'll just be doing my hand like as if I'll even, there's a way that you would not even eat the food properly, because I thought it has to be today. This is my moment. This is my time. Do you know that this man forgot the ring in Lagos? So the whole time in Dubai, there was no proposal. Nothing happened. I just instead of me to enjoy myself, I was just doing the most, every time I would do my hand like this. I would say nobody should ruin this, because today might be the moment. I would just be steady looking for, if random people are coming with cameras, if somebody is coming with a cake in the restaurant, if just because I thought the proposal was going to happen. It never did happen. Came back to Lagos one random night after I had lost hope. I was like, maybe they've set me up. Maybe he actually knew I'll go through the phone. That's why he told my brother that he was going to propose. And one random night, he was just like, you know what? Let's go out, and if you want to see a proposal video, just let me know. Another random fact about me is I I used to be a high flyer until the first time I ever failed. I never failed anything until I went for training school, and I failed basic accounting, and it was like the worst time in my life. So yeah. Another fact is I'm a Gemini. I never used to believe in horoscopes, but every time I read something about a Gemini, it relates to me, and my husband and I are very similar. He's a Gemini as well, and we share the same birth month. Our birthdays are just 4 days apart, and yeah. Another thing is I'm an Invisalign babe, a braces babe, and I wore Invisaligns and I took it seriously, but my teeth are still not straight. See, if any dental company wants to help my life, please reach out to me. I'm very willing and happy, yeah, to be the project. Yeah, another random fact is, as a child, I used to be very, very gullible. Like, my sister used to feed me with all sorts of lies. Like, do you know that there was a time she told me that Chris Brown had one leg, that he had one good leg and the other leg was wooden, and that's why he was so flexible and he could do all those dance steps. And do you know that I just remember thinking to myself that, hey, yeah, but when your own hands go, oh yeah, not knowing that this babe was just lying. And it was like when I was much older, maybe it was the secondary school, I found out that his 2 legs were complete. I think one day I saw a picture of him wearing shorts, and then I asked this babe, and she was like, oh yeah, she just forgot to update me that it was a lie, that she didn't think I was going to believe. I'm like, this is like maybe like 10 years after that this babe told me this. But yeah, another fact is that I do not eat cake. I don't like cake. Like, I think it stems from the fact that when I was small, remember how they used to give those tiny Maggie size cube cakes in parties, and I just knew that soft life was for me, and I knew that this was the ghetto. Why was I hustling? Why were we hustling for those tiny pieces of cake? So I just never used to like it. I'll just feel like, you know what, keep your cake. And I just stopped eating cake because I'm like, this is such a struggle. I'm not gonna eat cake. Cake is too small. So like, I'm older now and I just don't eat cake. It's not a thing I like. Another random fact is I do not like wearing false lashes. I don't like wearing falsies. I feel like I look the prettiest when I am not wearing falsies, when my makeup isn't done by somebody else, or when I'm not heavily made up. I feel like when I do my makeup myself, it's subtle, it fits me, I know what looks nice on me, and I think I look the prettiest when I do my makeup myself. Yeah. Another random fact is I love assembling stuff. Like, anything you want me to assemble, bed or your fan or I'm always assembling stuff. In fact, anytime my mother-in-law buys something that needs assembling, she'll just call me, carpenter, I need your help, and then I'll dash over there and do it. Like, I really, really love assembling stuff. If you need me to assemble anything, hit me up. Like, that can be a side hustle for me. Just hit me up. Another random fact is that I have the best in-laws in the world. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have the best family members, the best in-laws. Argue with your keepers if you think your in-laws or your family members are better than mine. I have the best family members in the world. My dad, my siblings, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins. I really have the best. Do you know that, in fact, my brother-in-law's mother was the one that did omugo for my daughter, and like, that's my husband's sister's husband's mother came from Abuja to do omugo for a while because my mother-in-law was not around and my mom is late. And yeah, to show you how good, like how much of a great help everybody is to one another, and they are honestly just the best people, honestly. Yeah. Another random fact is Another random fact is I think I'm a very interesting person. Hence this YouTube. I think I know how to tell a good story. I think I know how to put joy on people's, I think I know how to put a smile on people's faces. Hence this YouTube page. And guys, I would love nothing more than your support, and I need you to guys to just subscribe. I've become a please subscribe babe, please subscribe. It will really mean a lot to me. Please just help my life and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.